Hello guys, I'm excited to see you here. Today we're going to talk about how to win a Web3 conference, how to prepare for it, and we're going to do this on an example of ETHCC. There is going to be no fluff, only real experience, and I want you to get the maximum value out of it. So make sure that you watch the full video. So the first step towards your preparation to a conference or whatever it is, you need to know what is your goal. What is your goal for a conference? An example of goals could be, I want to get 15 calls, or I want to get in touch with company ABC or with person ABC. Or it can be, I want to already book some clients or book some meetings, close some deals, whatever it is. Your goal must be aligned with your quarter goals or maybe with your yearly goals. So always make sure that if you go to a conference, it's a vehicle that can drive you to your goals way faster. Because on the conference, you have direct access to a person. You don't need to email them. You don't need to go back and forth. And it's a fantastic opportunity. It's your one shot. And how Eminem says, like, if you got one shot, would you capture it or you make it slip? So I advise you to capture it. That was the advice number one. Always know your goal. The step number two in your process, you go to the company website. Sorry, not to the company. You go to the conference website. In this case, it's ETHCC. If you're preparing for another conference, they will have the same. There are some companies or projects that sponsored this event. In this case, here is the list. And if they sponsor, this means that they will have a booth, or there will be some kind of an event, or in some way they will showcase their company. There's going to be a team, and you will get a chance to meet with a lot of them. So now what I want you to do is to create a list of all of these people, all of these projects, and divide them to projects that you want to get in touch with and projects that you do not want to get in touch with. The reason for this, like if they are a project, if you're selling security and there is a DeFi protocol, you probably should speak, right? You probably should at least get to know each other. So you create a list and then how do you do this? How do you create a list? I already shown the tool that was called Clay. If you don't know how to use Clay, check out my guide. It's in your right window. There is an icon popping up. But you click on the extension and it generates you the full list of companies that are here. Yeah, or everybody who invested. And here is the website. So it's making your manual job a little bit easier. You can export this as clipboard, as CSV. I already have it exported here. So you have all the websites you can enrich, for example, with AI, what they're doing to make your research more effective. And then you can see, okay, like you just mark companies in green, in yellow, and in red. In green is definitely, I want to get in touch with them. I want to check out their booth. Yellow, it's like probably yes, if I have time. And red, it's like, I do not want to waste my time here. And that's it. That's how you divide. So your frame is your goal and you're deciding which companies do you want to connect with. And then when you have the description, when you know which you want to connect with, you need to know the details and what you can offer them. So the details, you go one by one. It's a manual work, but believe me, it pays off. You start researching every project, what has been recent news for them, what is their focus for now, and then you try to tie that up with what you are offering. So when you go to the booth and when you start the small talk and when you make this friendly connection that allows you to start talking about business or going deeper on their business, then you can insert different tips like some kind of an insight that only this person from a company would know, or maybe a closed circle around this project would know. And when you insert this piece of information, you immediately get trust. It's like in the community where we have this 1% section that I'm sending you all the time. There is one tip that I send you is that if you educate or teach your prospect in something, you immediately gain credibility. If you show them that you know what's going inside in their kitchen, then it's going to have the same effect. And once you have that, you can tell them, okay, so I know already this about you. We have been having this kind of good conversation. This is what we do. This is how I see we can be helpful for you specifically. We can help you do this A, B, C, get this project done, get these people satisfied, and blah, 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 blah. So you need to weapon yourself. You need to have weapons to be prepared to strike. Because when you have this golden chance, when you have this 5 minutes with someone at this company, you need to make most of these 5 minutes. So I really want you to not neglect the preparation. Do not neglect all of this stuff and really prepare. Because if you do this, you're going to have tremendous results. You can generate more prospects in one conference for 3 months upfront, for 6 months upfront, whatever it is, if you're effective and if you're really working and preparing. And this is work. So the practice that worked very well for me, I have at least 5 green companies. So at least 5 companies that they're like, if we do business with them, that's our company is going to be very good, I'm going to be very good, and they're going to be very good. So it's like the win-win situation. And you want to find this ideal win-win situation, at least 5 of them. So my psychology here is if I speak at least with 5 of them, and then I leave the conference and never speak with anyone else, I would assume that the job is done and the value out of those 5 connections will be like 80% of everything. And then your yellows, Your reds are just adding on top of this. It's your 20% to get 100% out of the conference. Important thing to know, if you do not have access to Clay, but you want to get access to this list, I will put it and all additional lists in the community. So they're going to be publicly available for our closed group. If you want to get access to them, please let me know. I'm going to leave my Telegram handle in the description. And also, you will have a link to sign up for a community. If you're a sales professional, honestly, I don't know why you're sitting here, why you're not doing this right now. Pause this video, go sign up for a community and continue watching. Now, the step number 3. Once you're done with all of the companies, you probably need to see what else conference is giving to you. What other options are here? And we have a top speakers. And speakers is a fantastic thing, because if the project and the company is more about growing business right here, right now, then the speakers, it's about nurturing and building relationship with the people that you would probably never meet, because they're out of your buying persona, they're out of your account or whatever it is. But creating connections with them will help you in the future to make entry doors in their companies. You can view it in that way. Or you can view it in the way that if you want to meet with a lot of people, with a lot of interesting people, you can use tools and techniques that I'm teaching you right now to get the most out of those meetings. And I will teach you exactly how to do it. So when you have speakers, you have a ton of people here, like really a ton. And what are you going to do? Yes, if you want to get 100% out of it, if ETHCC or any other conference, you're going to go through every one of them. You click Clay. And I already checked this out. So Clay does fantastic job here. They give you the name, they give you the company, and they give you the link for the person. Like it's everything you need. Everything's going to be in one place. It's going to be in a CSV file. If you want to get access to that, let me know. And out of this, you can do whatever you want. You can enrich the person to get their email and then get in touch with them on email or on LinkedIn prior to the conference. Say, hey, John, I'm also going to be attending ETHCC. Let's catch up. I really like what you're doing here. I was following you and blah, 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 blah. Like, but be true. Yeah. Don't lie to anyone, because it's visible, even on the DMs. Just be true. Just tell the person. If you never know the person, but it seems interesting to you, then you just tell them, I really like what you're doing. I would love to catch up. How about a 15-minute Calendly? And you start sending them 15-minute Calendlies to book meetings upfront. When you have this meeting upfront, even if you don't have time to meet with the person on the conference, because timetables really shift and it's very hard to coordinate everything on the conference to go exactly and straight to the plan, then at least you can say, oh, we didn't have time to catch up on the conference. Let's connect for a 15-minute conversation after the conference. And this is already a foot in the door. So you go through all of these people, you check out their companies, the projects, you check out their bios, their descriptions, what they have been doing, really trying to get inside the person, understand the person, and see how you can deliver the most value for them. And yeah, that's probably about the people. That's everything. You just need to go for everybody, see if they're a good fit for you. Would you like to get in touch with them? Would you like to learn more about their companies? You can also combine this with some people from these sponsors. They will be speakers. You can say, and I was on your speech. I really like that, and you can use this as a leverage for getting closer to the person faster. Whatever it is, you can be very creative, and I urge you, please be creative. Like, don't stress about this. This is all conversation. This is all networking, and this is natural to you because you're a human being. It's in your genome. Like, you have been born because your ancestors, your origins, like people were connecting and communicating with each other, and you can do the same. Just your communication will be a path towards your success. And then the last tip that I'm going to give to you is how to use effectively the events. So ETHCC, they have a lot of side events, and every conference, if it's a major one, even if it's a small one, all of them have side events organized by individual projects or people or just a group or a DAO or whatever it is. And they're super effective. Because when you go on ETHCC conference, there is a lot of stuff. You have a side where people are doing booths. There is a side where people are doing speeches, and there is a side where people network, eat, and do all sorts of stuff. So the booth is effective thing. You just go around and you speak with every project because you already have a plan. Then you already know, you already have your points, you already done your homework. Then the speeches side, where the conference, where the people give speeches, I don't see it's very useful. You just like you can sit and listen to what people are talking about, but you can as well do this after the conference when everything's going to be live. So please don't waste your time sitting on the chair and listening to somebody like even Vitalik speaking about something. Because okay, so you listen to what's after that. It's like 30 minutes every speech, and 30 minutes it's at least 6 conversations. Like for 5 minutes, very good conversations. And the food area, the networking area, it's also very effective, where you can find new people, where you can find new projects, and as well you can add the event, because event is like a food area where people just connect. The it's very informal, it's very relaxed. You can just see what kind of events are going on here. I would recommend going to conferences and event meetups. Event meetup is, I think, the most effective, because there you will be able to make the most connections in the shortest period of time, and those connections are going to be friends. They're going to be informal, and they're going to be detached from work. You can speak about work, but then in the long way, you will make friends. So I'd recommend just filtering out for events, meetups, and signing up for everything. Just sign up for every conference. If they don't have tickets, a pro tip for you, if they don't have tickets because it's already sold out or they don't have a place, get in touch with people that organize the event, or with a DAO, or with the project that organizes, and write in DMs that you would really like to go to this event, and this tickets are gone, but you are this and this, and you would appreciate if they find a slot for you. No, nobody will promise anything to you, but it's a good way to let you in. Maybe out of 5 companies, 3 will let you in, and 2 will tell you, sorry guy, but there is no tickets left. If you really want to get to a conference, it's just another way in. Try to leverage all of this stuff. The only piece of truth that I want to let you know, that it's all networking. It's a very fun thing to do when you really start acting and being proactive and speaking with people. And when you see your first success, when you speak with the first person that you plan to speak with, and the conversation goes the way you planned, you make a meaningful connection. And your purpose of your whole conference is not to sell your product, it's to make the most out of it, meet the most amount of people, and book the most amount of follow-up calls with everyone. So this should be your Bible. You need to meet as many people as possible, and you need to book these meetings, and you're preparing for the conference to make sure that people that you want to get connected with and book a meeting with, they will do this. So you're raising your probability and you're raising the stakes. Saying all of that, guys, I hope that this video was informative, entertaining, and it changed something in you. I hope that this gives you motivation to start doing something, to start acting, and to taking faith in your hands. So I trust you. Please subscribe to the channel. And let's go. Let's grow the Web3.